Madam Speaker, I'd like to ask Representative Swan, Representative Ramsey, and Representative Fitzhugh to join me in the well.
Representative Marsh, you're recognized.
Madam Speaker, I request that the Sergeant at Arms escort our guest into the chamber.
Mr. Sergeant at Arms, escort the guest to the well. Representative Marsh, you're recognized.
Madam Speaker, I request that the Clerk of the House read Joint Resolution 262 and the proclamation.
Mr. Clerk, read the resolution.
House Joint Resolution 262 by Marsh and others, a resolution to honor and congratulate Phillip Fulmer upon his induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. Whereas former University of Tennessee head football coach Phillip Fulmer earned the esteemed honor of induction into the College Football Hall of Fame in December 2012 on the very first ballot since he became eligible for such an honor. Whereas Phillip Fulmer is a lifelong volunteer, this Winchester native attended Franklin County High School before enrolling as a student at the University of Tennessee in 1968. Whereas a talented football player, Coach Fulmer exhibited great persistence and an unwavering work ethic both on and off the field, which enabled him to help his team win the Southeastern Conference Championship in 1969 and the Sugar Bowl in 1970. Whereas Mr. Fulmer embarked upon what would become an illustrious coaching career at the young age of 23 in 1973 when he was named coach of the Volunteers freshman football team. Whereas no stranger to awards and accolades, Coach Fulmer was recognized as National Coach of the Year in 1998 and gained induction into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame in 2001. Whereas his years as head coach of the Volunteers inspired and invigorated an entire generation of fans, and more than 10 million of those fans passed through the Neyland Stadium turnstile to cheer on Phillip Fulmer's teams. Whereas Coach Fulmer's most cherished responsibility as a steward to a nationally recognized, celebrated football program was the education and guidance of young student athletes. Whereas Phillip Fulmer has not only brought honor and acclaim upon himself through his induction into the College Football Hall of Fame, but also exhibited an inherent and unwavering loyalty and dedication to this state and the University of Tennessee, bringing honor to the great state of Tennessee and its citizens. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives, the 108th General Assembly, the state of Tennessee, the Senate concurring, that we hereby commend and congratulate Phillip Fulmer, a true volunteer, for his outstanding service to the state of Tennessee.
Representative Marsh.
Madam Speaker, I would like to ask the clerk to read the most important proclamation of the day.
Mr. Clerk.
Whereas through Phillip Fulmer's Hall of Fame career as head football coach for the University of Tennessee Volunteers, in which he led the Big Orange to a record of 152 wins against just 52 losses, 2 Southeastern Conference championships, 5 SEC East titles, and 1 national championship, his wife, Vicki Fulmer, stood by his side through the wins and losses and the triumphs and heartbreaks. Whereas despite the incredible pressures, demands, and sacrifices and stresses of being the wife of a nationally prominent coach, Vicki Fulmer always epitomized class and dedication, in addition to being a great representative and ambassador for the University of Tennessee and its football program. Whereas former coaches and players for the Volunteers will attest to the family atmosphere that Ms. Fulmer helped create and maintain, making all of the players, assistant coaches, and support staff feel as if they were a part of the Fulmer family. Whereas Vicki Fulmer has been active in the Knoxville community, including serving as a board member for the Friends of the Great Smoky Mountains. And whereas Ms. Fulmer has always exhibited great dedication to her family, including her children, Courtney, Brittany, Allison, Phillip Jr., and her grandchildren. Whereas through her tremendous sacrifice and support of her family, her husband, and the University of Tennessee football program, Vicki Fulmer has had an integral role in bringing honor and acclaim to the University of Tennessee and this state and its citizens. Now, therefore, I, Beth Harwell, Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 108th General Assembly of the state of Tennessee, at the request of and in conjunction with Representative Pat Marsh, do hereby proclaim that we commend and honor Vicki Fulmer for her dedication and service to the University of Tennessee.
Representative Marsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to say just a few words about my good friend, Coach Phillip Fulmer. We played against each other in high school, and I'm sure that Lincoln County always beat Franklin. I was a manager at the University of Tennessee when he played, and I want to say he was one of the most humble players, the greatest players. He was not a flashy type player. He was a team person, and that's why he's done so well throughout his career. He's made us all so very proud. 1998 national champions and 2013 Hall of Fame. Congratulations. And Vicki, as legislators and business people of all walks of life, we know what important spouse can do for us. And I know the things that have kept me away from home, but I can't even come close with kept Philip away from home. Wins and losses and bad press and good press, we appreciate everything you've done. Philip, would you say a word to us?
Well, I speak for my family that we're very honored to be here. Pat said it extremely well regarding Vicki and her support and guidance and being there through the great times, but most of all through the toughest of times. She is the greatest wife. I have a lot of great stories that you don't have time for today. These guys could probably tell you some, but also the sacrifice that my family have made. I'm grateful for them. I'm in a stage of life right now where I'm really enjoying my grandchildren, and I'm awful glad that they have a chance to be here and experience this. You know, to my left are a lot of my players, and there's a lot of guys I'd love to have standing up here as well this evening, but all these guys represent the good things that have happened at the University of Tennessee over a long period of time and still are happening today. There are outstanding coaches in the community, businessmen, attorneys, doing wonderful, wonderful things. Also some great friends up here and some great friends up in the balcony that none of this would be possible if it hadn't been for them and their support. I'm awfully excited to see all the orange today and the reception that we got outside. I see your ties and everything, the reception that we got outside, and thank you. And as always, if I can be of any service to our state or any service to any of you in any way, I'll be glad to do that. We have a great, great state and a great university in our state, several great universities in our state that we're all very, very proud of. Thank you for this day, Brad Lampley and Pat. Thank you for putting this together for us as a family, and including my Tennessee football family, to enjoy today. Thank you much.
Representative Marsh.
I'd like to ask Representative Fitzhugh to say a word, please.
Thanks, Pat. It's a great day to be right up here with Coach Fulmer and Ms. Fulmer and a beautiful family and these guys which I've watched play. This is a gentleman. He was a great player. He was at the top of the heap as a coach, and he's done so much for our state. A great statesman, a great Tennessean. Thank you, Coach, for everything. Thank you.
Representative.
Coach, we want to present you with the very first day of the orange books. They used to be called blue books, but now they're orange books. So congratulations.